Hi guys. Hello to any of you that are here right now. All right. So hi, it's Tina or Wind, whichever you prefer. I guess I found out that I can't see your guys' comments until I reach 100 viewers or something. So it's not that I don't want to interact with you guys. I just can't see it right now until I get so many viewers, I guess. So that's what's up with that. So I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. Again, I'm Tina. Some people call me Wind. From Wind of Intuition. I'm a psychic medium. I'm also an empath. I'm a Devez Jadon, which is an energy healing modality, a Reiki master. I do chakra balancings. I've been collecting and working with stones for over 20 years, so I have a lot of knowledge in that as well. So yeah, I wanted to start coming on here and having more of a presence here for the people. So what I'm going to do, explain really quick, it's in the description as well. I'm going to pull stones. So I have a stone in here that represents each chakra, and I have it to where it's a stone for if it's running too high and a stone for too low, and then it'll also tell me if everything's balanced, which it's very odd that anybody is totally balanced all the time. But it does happen. So I'm going to group all the signs into the elements. So for an example, the air signs will be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. The fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Then we have the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and then Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And I'm going to start with the air because that's just how I am. I'm also a green witch, so we always start in the east and go around. So, all right, I'm going to start with air. Thank you for whoever's here watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you're also on Facebook, check out my Facebook page. At the top of my page, I have a giveaway pinned for people that are following my page and have subscribed here on YouTube to be entered into a giveaway to receive a smudging selenite fan. Handmade by me. I make these. I make chakra sticks. I make wands. I do crystal prescriptions, but this is part of the giveaway, and that's all you have to do. All right, let's get started. Again, thanks who's watching right now, and then who's ever going to watch later. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. So let's get started. Air signs. Just want to take a deep breath and center. Getting a lot of energy right now on my back. So some of you may be feeling like you have a lot on your shoulders right now. In front of you. That's what I'm being shown, is like energy being pushed in from the back, through, and then out the front. All right. Air signs. Let's see, what chakra for you this week? Okay. So I got the clear, which is the crown. And it's the clear one. So to me, you're getting a lot of energy, air signs, also through the crown chakra. Because this for me is the crown chakra. And our crown chakra is where we connect with our divine, whether that be God, angels, deities, gods, goddesses, whatever it is that you work with. That is where you get the connection. That's where we get our life force that comes through and runs down through our body, through our chakras, down to Mother Earth. So this is where you get a lot of your, This is kind of where intuition starts, because it comes from here and then down to the third eye. Just trying to see what I'm getting from this. Now, another thing I want to tell you guys as I'm reading this, I'm pulling the one that might need the most attention this week. That's what this is about. But never just balance your chakras. Always balance them all and just spend extra times on the ones that you think need more work or more attention. Just had to say that. Sorry, I'm closing my eyes, but when I'm getting information, sometimes I close my eyes or I look off to the side because I'm also clairaudient, clairvoyant. And they're making me want to speak really fast. So some of your air sign, your energy is really really high this week. Almost to the point where it's a little bit scattered, but I'm not getting too much of the ungrounding. I'm getting more of, there's a lot of information coming in. So what they're telling me, air signs, is since you're having so much extra coming in, it's kind of running on the high end. This sometimes can cause disturbances with sleep. You have a hard time sleeping. It might throw off your diet. Of course, make you feel hyper. But what they're saying right now, air signs, is what they want you to do with this coming in is they want you to get rid of the other stuff up here. Because again, I'm an air sign and air signs are big thinkers. We're in our mind a lot. Lots of thinking, lots of, we need balance. We need to kind of know everything, how it's going to, at least that's me anyhow. And a few of my air sign friends that I know. But of course, it's not always everybody. But what I'm getting is you have to release the other stuff. So the crown chakra energy that's coming in, it's kind of almost like coming in and wants you to purge what's, no longer any good or what you've been holding on to emotionally and push it out so you can kind of bring this crown energy in and center it, if that's making any sense to you. Like I said, I'm just giving it as I'm hearing it, seeing it, guidance from the guides. You might be noticing pressure headaches as well, or pressure around the eyes, ringing of the ears. Because this is bringing in fine-tuning for us that already have gifts, but it is, again, opening for some of those that don't realize they have these gifts. So it just kind of throws us off sometimes when we're kind of hyper. So I guess in a way we want to ground ourselves, air signs, as well this week so we don't get too scattered with this energy. But the main thing I'm getting is to just let this come in. Sometimes I think some feel it more than others. Some might not feel it at all. Some might really notice they're having a hard time sleeping. Some might notice it's just because you're getting so much energy here through the crown chakra. And I'm sorry if this is pausing. For some reason, my internet keeps like disconnecting for a couple seconds. So I'm sorry about that if it's happening. And just breathe, air signs. As always, just breathe. But to maintain that balance, I guess, is what they're trying to say. As all this energy is coming in to tune in here and bring in, except, attunements, whatever it is that you call it. Make sure you stay balanced, and you're just things that you don't need, so you're keeping that balance, air signs. And of course, quartz crystal is the master healer. It is an amplifier. So when you use clear quartz, it always amplifies everything that you're using by 10 to 100 times, I believe they say. So any other stone you're using and you use this as well is going to amplify. For some reason, they wanted me to say that as well. So that's the air signs, crown chakra this week, guys. All right, I'm going to disconnect, move on to the fire signs. Ooh. It's really funny because fire signs, you would think that I would get really warm, and all of a sudden, as soon as I said that I'm disconnecting and I'm moving to the fire signs, I'm actually getting chilled. Like I almost feel like, you know, like when you feel like you want to go put on a sweater, and I didn't feel like that a minute ago. So we'll see what that means. So fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. For the chakra this week. Whew, really cold. Sometimes that happens when spirit comes in, so we'll see if there's anybody here that feels that they need to give a message during this. Fire signs. This is the Smoky Quartz. For me, I see the root as black. It can be red too, it's just for me. So I have a light Smoky Quartz for when it's low, and then I have a hematite for when it's high or balanced. So you guys right now aren't feeling very balanced, fire signs. This is our root chakra or base chakra. Chakra, however you want to say it. So this has to do with our connection with nature, our essential needs in life. So our food, water, shelter, the money that we need to have those things, our family, that's all very much like rooted. So our root chakra. So there's something this week that either has started a few days ago, maybe even possibly in the middle of last week, that has to do with your essential needs, fire signs, some of you. And again, these are general, so if it doesn't resonate, that's fine. But for some of you, there's some circumstances to do with your essential needs or your family that has you feeling a little bit scattered, that has you thinking a lot, that has you worrying, stressed. And when we feel ungrounded, we feel like we're being pulled in 100 different directions, whether physically, mentally, we feel fatigued, we can feel almost, I notice when I get ungrounded, I almost, when I'm not paying attention, I can almost feel like flu-like symptoms, but that's myself. Oh, that's funny. I looked up and it was 1333. So whoever that's for, 1333, they're having me say that. So they really want you to get out in nature, fire signs. I know some of you might be in cold weather. So if you can do things in the home to make it feel like you're outside, sounds of nature, meditating sounds of nature, you know, things like that to make you feel like you're outside, sounds of water, rain. Something to take the time to connect back with nature, connect back with yourself. Music, I'm hearing. So some of you, maybe it's music, which is funny because that's what I did getting ready all today, was listening to different music, because that really helps center me. It helps calm me. It actually helps me focus. It helps me with my anxiety. And that's how I'm almost feeling when I'm holding this. I keep having to move it like I'm just really either overthinking or over worrying. Contemplating, I think, might be the other word, because I just keep like, so you need to break that worry. And I know that's really hard, fire signs, for anybody, any sign. But try to take the focus off of that and center yourself, ground yourself. Do it the way that is best for you. I'm really seeing the nature thing. So if you can go outside, go outside. I mean, it's just as easy as taking off your socks and shoes if you live somewhere where you can do that and put your feet on the earth. You will notice right away a big difference. Trees, stones, crystals, any stones that are black, dark, red, petrified wood, all those type things are very grounding. And maybe take the problem in steps. So you're worrying or focusing on one thing at a time instead of, letting the worry snowball into another worry until you are scattered, because now you're thinking of all these different ways that this could end up. I'm also getting to take the time for you. Yes, our family is important, and maybe this does have to do with just you and not your family. Take that time, fire signs, to ground and center yourself, because from there, your mind is quieted, kind of an even playing field, and then tackle one thing at a time. And when you start noticing yourself getting frazzled, you might have to put it down for the day. You might have to put it down for a little bit and then go back. So that's what I'm getting for you guys, fire signs. Really just try to ground yourself in any way that makes you feel grounded. Everybody's different. So what might work for me might not work for you. They're also saying writing it down, getting it out of the body, getting it out, the worry. Sometimes you can write things down and rip them up or burn them sometimes to show your mind that you're letting it go. So that's for fire signs. The root base chakra for you this week, guys. All right, disconnecting from that to the water signs. And that might be why you fire signs, why I got the chilliness, because, you guys are basically known for being very warm from the sun. That's another thing, the sun. Get yourself in the sun. Get your warmth back, is what I just heard. All right, water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. As I'm moving these around, I'm seeing raindrops. Ooh. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see that or not. It's a very light amethyst. So it's a very light purple. So water signs, your third eye this week is running a little bit under. I'm just trying to see here. And when I'm saying that, it's almost like what they're wanting me to say is because you're processing a lot of the energy that came through either last week or the couple weeks prior for the water signs. So it's almost like you're processing. So it's not super heightened. It's there. It's almost like computing, like a, how do I want to say that? It's computing, but it's like filtering it into your system. Everything has to integrate, and everybody integrates at a different pace. I still do feel a lot of pressure here, though, that you water signs might still be feeling in the third eye area. And I think this is from the remains of what's left to integrate from the week or 2 weeks. Actually, it could be up to 3 weeks ago, because I just seen the number 3. Or maybe since the 3rd. So yeah, that's what they're kind of saying to me, is it's not like it's just a little underbalanced because it's doing a lot of work integrating. So it's not that your intuition is off, or you might notice it. How do they want me to explain it? How do you want me to? For some of you, it might take you a little bit to get going. Get in the groove. Like jumpstart the third eye, because it's so busy on integrating, but it's not too busy to where you can't use it, if that makes any sense. I'm trying to explain this the way that they're telling me and showing me, so it's really hard sometimes to what's the other word I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to say, but there's a better word for that. I just can't think of it right now. And they're saying something about frequency. So you might want to try water signs going online. I think Meditative Mind is a good one. There's a few others, but I know for sure Meditative Mind is a good one. I'm sure there's others, but the frequency or tones for the third eye might help some of you process it more, or make this pressure lessened by listening to that during a meditation or while you sleep. You can wear amethyst, any form of amethyst. You might want to stick more with just the plain regular purple, but amethyst is such a good stone, and it works so well with others that might help it, so I don't want to limit it, but so yeah, I feel like it's everything's still on. You just might notice pressure, and you just are getting a lot of integrated information from over the last 3 weeks. That's why it's a little bit low, but it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. You just might notice, gee, it didn't come so quick, or I didn't see it like I normally do, or it took me a minute. It takes a second to like get it off task from, oh, we need to stop right now for a second because we're needed over here. And then when we're done here, we can go back to integrating. I'm just trying to make this make sense for you guys. So yeah, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpios, really just be patient with what's going on with the third eye. And you can work with other purple stones. You can wear purple. You can eat things that are purple. All that kind of stuff really helps with balancing the chakras as well. So that was water signs, earth signs. I really feel bad that I can't see you guys like commenting, but I guess until I get 100 people on here, I'm not allowed to comment or see the comments. So hopefully that will be not a problem in another week or so. All right, Earth signs. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Earth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And you know, this week we're starting into Mercury retrograde too for everybody. So that's kind of putting a crink in everybody's chain, or however you want to put it. Every sign is feeling it in some way. But I always find too that Mercury retrograde for me is always a time to kind of really work on my goals and what I want to move forward, and my planning and letting go of things that aren't working. So I kind of embrace it in a way too. You always got to see both sides of a situation. All right, Earth signs. Let's see. Ooh. Earth signs. Really light ones today. This is the rose quartz. So it's a very light pink. Now, what I put in here for the stones for the heart is just the stones for the heart. Meaning I put a pink stone in for the, because I see it in two colors. I see the pink as our self-love and the love that we let come to us from other people. And then the green is the love that we give out, our time, our love, everything to others. So you guys, Earth signs, this is telling me, pink, that you guys need to work a little bit on doing your self-care, doing for yourself, loving yourself. And the guides are telling me to say that this is for all signs, by the way, all signs, all people. We really need to learn how to love ourselves, me included, everything about ourselves, even the things we don't like about ourselves, because that's what makes us us. Everybody has their own weird things, their own idiosyncrasies, things that we might not like so much about ourselves, but if we didn't have those things, we wouldn't be us. Another thing they want me to say to the Earth signs and everybody, hold no shame in your journey and what you've been through. Any of us. But I think some of you Earth signs are really holding on to some of the lessons or things that have hurt your heart in this life, and maybe in other lives, but I'm more focused on this life right now. They're wanting me to say not to give up on love. Some of you have given up on the thought of true love. That there is people out there that truly can love people unconditionally. You know, we all want that love that, you know, I'm an animal lover, and most people are, some aren't. But for those of you that are, that's unconditional love. They love you no matter what. They're always there. They don't say bad things. They don't ignore you. They're always there to listen to you. And that's what we thrive for and want in a partnership. I mean, I hate to put it in that kind of, you know, but it's an example. There is still true love out there. I think what the guides are trying to say, and all of us are, I'm sure, guilty of this. I know I am. Letting go and forgiving ourselves and maybe the other person. And by forgiving, I'm not saying that that person was okay in what they did or what they did was right, or by forgiving them, you're saying it's okay or you're forgetting it. It's always going to be a piece of you, but you want to let go of that hurt that you'll always remember it. It's always still going to be there, but you want to let go of all the stuff that makes you angry or hurt or grieve or sad about that situation. And that's what I'm getting about this. And again, I look 30-30. I just kind of feel like down about love when I'm holding this with the earth sign. Like, it's just, I've tried and I've done this and I've given and given. And I think that's what the guides are trying to say. You really need to give to yourself first. Give to yourself the most. It's not selfish. Because when we give and make ourselves happy and love ourselves and do for ourselves, we don't need to have anybody else to do it for us. So when we do find somebody that makes us happy and increases our happiness that we already have, then you have it. But you're not going to find that until you exude that type of energy of truly loving the person that you are and letting go of the hurts of the heart that are still hanging around, making you feel like you don't want to try getting out there again or believe in true love anymore. That type of thinking is really how I'm feeling when I'm holding this. You're very much givers, earth signs. So that's another thing. You're very unbalanced. You give, but you don't do the same for yourself. So then again, you get run down. And when we're not balanced, things don't go right either. So when we're run down, the things we're running into are kind of not showing us the things that we want. So then again, we get back down on ourselves about it when it's really ourselves and our energy that's bringing that towards ourselves. So really take time for yourselves, earth signs, whether it's 15 minutes a day, if it's in the morning, if it's at night, if it's before bed, if it's a certain routine, if it's going to a certain, a class once a week or a girls club once a week or whatever you need to do for yourself to pamper yourself, to take time for you, to give back to you. You guys need to do it more. Because once you start feeling that self-love and filling yourself with so much love and joy that it's like, wow, it would be great if I have a partner. But I can make myself happy. And once we make ourselves happy that we're not thinking about it anymore, that's when it pops up, because that person that you're looking for is like, oh, wow, look at that person's energy. She has all this loving, confident, self-loving energy coming off of her, and that's attracting me to her or him or whoever is watching right now. So that's what I'm really getting for the earth signs this week. You might even want to start journaling, writing down things about yourself. They're bringing me up to what I like to do, which is write little inspirations. Like, I have an inspiration mirror back there made by a friend of mine. I believe it's called Kate-tastic. Good saying was write them down on paper, which you can do. I still do. I write them down. I will see memes or certain sayings on Pinterest, Facebook, things like that make me feel good. But I also need to write things down, or you need to write things down about yourself. You need to write things down that are good about yourself, even if it's hard for you to say. And then I take those, I rip them out, I cut them up, and I tape them to my bathroom mirrors, because that's the room that I'm in the most. That's, where I spend more, out of any time in the house, basically. That's the room we're in and out of the most, usually. And when I'm washing my hands, I pick one or two and I say them out loud. You're training your brain to learn to love yourself. So that's for earth signs. And again, make sure when you're doing your chakras, guys, these are just the chakras to pay a little bit extra attention to this week. But always do all the chakras and just stop and pay extra time or different amounts of time on different ones, but always do them all. Because if you're spot doing them, every chakra is connected to another chakra. So if you're balancing the crown, then you're unbalancing everything below it. If you're balancing the solar plexus, then everything above and below it is now out of balance. So that's why I say do the full balancing, but just spend extra time on the ones that you think you need more time on. And those are the ones that I felt this week for you guys. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to do this every Tuesday, and I think I'll be popping on Fridays to pull a card maybe for the signs for the weekend. So keep your eyes open for that. And again, anybody that watches this after, I appreciate the viewers that watched today. Thank you for being here and watching. I appreciate you guys so much. Like I always say, without you guys, I couldn't do what I do. And I love what I do. And I just really want to help other people in their journeys. So that's why I do what I do. Any of you that are here right now or watching a little bit, I do my free lives, which is Tina Tuesday on my Winds of Intuition Facebook page every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I'll be over there live. I do it for about 45 minutes to an hour. And I do some readings for whoever I'm drawn to. And then we also talk about the stone of the week, which is already put on my Facebook page, which this week is going to be the Infinite Stone. So if you want to check that out, I'll be live at 7 p.m. on my Facebook page, Winds of Intuition. Thank you for being here. I love you all. And I will be back on Tuesday, but you'll be seeing me more. Like I said, I think I'll be popping on Fridays to do cards for the weekend for all the elements and signs. And definitely check out my page and services, my website, and I also have a group. So there's going to be some more things going on in the group that I'm really excited about. So yeah, check it out and have a great rest of your day. Happy Tuesday. Blessed be. Much love. See you next Tuesday.